The film is a modern retelling of the legend of King Arthur, so it's about the most ordinary boy in the world who finds the most extraordinary sword in history. A normal kid discovers the sword in the stone, gets catapulted on this massive quest across the English countryside to defeat a medieval menace.
In 4 days, the dark sorcerer Morgana will take over the world.
Awake, my warriors.
Tintagel Castle, one of 400 sites in English Heritage's care, a beautiful location in Cornwall. Had you ever been to the castle before you started filming this movie?
I had, yeah. The year after Attack the Block came out, 2012, me and my partner Annabelle went on a research trip. So we went to Stonehenge and we went to Tintagel to look at the island, and we went to all the Arthurian sites, Dosmery Pool, which is a little way inland from Tintagel Island. And yeah, it's really spectacular and beautiful, and it's a very inspiring way to write, to have a sense of place before you put pen to paper.
I hadn't been before, but when at Christmas time, during the shoot, me and my family actually went back to Tintagel Castle because we just loved it so much and we wanted to actually explore it and not just filming there. Yeah.
It's a pretty special place,
Yeah.
isn't it? What was it like to film there?
It's beautiful, you know, just the waves crashing and the views are amazing.
You have to have a bit of a head for heights
Yeah.
as well at Tintagel.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit difficult for me. I have a bit of a fear of heights, so filming in Cornwall and Glastonbury was a bit tough, but I think the beauty of it kind of took that fear away, and I was just blown away by the sights that we have in this country.
How do you go about approaching, refreshing and modernising such an iconic and well-known tale? That's no mean feat.
Well, I guess King Arthur is Britain's creation myth. He's a mythical figure, you know. If he did exist, it's somewhere in the Dark Ages. There are these indelible elements to the story, even if you don't know the details, like the sword and the stone, the lady in the lake, the round table, Merlin, Camelot. You take the idea of modern kids and the premise of the sword and the stone, and then just have fun with the juxtapositions that arise. Like if a normal kid who was not from noble birth, not from a posh or royal family, discovered the sword and the stone, what does it mean? What does it mean to be a king? Will he or she ever get acknowledged with that status?
Why would we help you?
Because you're the strongest people I know. You're my knights, and this is the round table. Quick, Bedders, lift up the flaps.
Oh my God, you're such a nerd.
Also, can they adhere to the chivalric code, the ancient code that knights used to live by? Honour those you love, persevere in any enterprise begun, don't use wanton offence, speak the truth at all times. What would modern kids make of that? Would they be able to go on a quest and walk great distances across the English countryside without getting bored and annoyed? What would they do with no phone signal? Can they ride horses? Can they wear armour? Can they battle these ancient medieval knights? So there's loads of fun juxtapositions you can find between the ancient and modern.
Something written on the guard. Put it into Google Translate.
It means Sword of Arthur.
With today's current problems, the chivalric code is quite relevant, and I don't think that we're obeying the chivalric code very well at the moment.
I was going to ask you about the chivalric code, actually. Do you think that's actually something that we can all aspire to sort of meet and to hit in our daily lives?
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah. I mean, in terms of what's going on, I hope we can all attain the chivalric code.
There are elements in the story of King Arthur about this king arriving in a divided country where all the different tribes are feuding, and that story has a little bit of resonance with the situation at the moment in a lot of the world.
A land is only as good as its leaders.
Somebody help me! Hey, leave him alone.
And what about history at school? Was that something that you guys enjoyed doing? Did you love it, hate it?
Yeah, I like history.
Why do you think it's so important that everyone really respects and understands the history of our country?
Well, it's important to know about the land you're living in, and I think it's quite key that you know what went on when you weren't around.
Yeah, and I think especially if you see the different thing, the way people were living in the past, to the way people are living now, it's drastically improved. And I think that's because we've seen the different mistakes and the different way people live, and we're trying to always improve. So that's why it's important.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and congratulations again on the film.
Thank you.
Thank you.